even Gale, except for me. I deserve the criticism. Hailing from my favorite city in the state of Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Tramell Jones, Mandarin High School legend and freshman quarterback, 4-star quarterback and freshman at the University of Florida. Tramell, welcome to the show, my friend.
I appreciate you guys for letting me be on the show tonight.
Absolutely, brother. We're going to start this question with the same way we did the last two.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you were committed to FSU. You flipped to UF. Talk to us a little bit about your recruitment and how you ended up at the University of Florida.
Bro, real quick, you know what's crazy? When you Google Tramell Jones, the first picture that pops up.
Florida State.
We got to change it. We got to change it.
Tough look.
Tough look. I mean, he's got a nice half Windsor knot on his photo on the UF website. So, but Tramell, go back to the original question. How did you ultimately end up flipping from Mike Norvell to the University of Florida?
Yeah, I would just say Coach Napier and Coach O'Hara, I mean, they recruit me even though I was committed to Florida State for 2 years. And then I remember going before my senior season, took like 2 visits in the spring to really look at the program, make sure that was the best decision for me and my family and my future. And I mean, I remember taking those visits and they were just like very personal, very up close. Got to see everything, got to see how the players practiced. And I remember going through the summer thinking about it. I remember going through Elite 11 thinking about it. I remember going through my senior season thinking about it, even after the injury. And I really just ultimately had to make the best decision for myself. And that was the University of Florida. And it was just home for me. And that was a dream school for me.
When did you know? Like, what was the deciding factor for you? Because there's at some point where you're committed to one school and then all of a sudden you're open to hearing from another school. What was the conversation or what was the piece that ultimately said, hey, I think I have a better future somewhere else?
I mean, after being committed for so long, it's like you have that thought in the back of your mind. It's like, really, is this school for me? At the beginning when I committed, I was all in for it. I remember I shut it down. I was ready. And I remember going through the season and I see that switch that they had at the end of the season. And I was already thinking about it before that just because I had faith in Coach Napier, even though so many guys and so many people were down him, didn't think he was going to be able to flip the season around, didn't think he was going to have a great season, didn't think the team was going to have a great season. But that thought process really didn't go through my mind. But like just them talking to me, the offense they run, pro style offense, the quarterbacks has a lot of command, the offense has a lot of control, and that's something I wanted to be a part of.
You had Gator Nation in their feelings because there was like the Mandarin 3.
Yeah.
It was strike 1, it was strike 2, it was strike 3. We had Stubbs on the show shortly after. I think Corey made him go viral with his questions. What kind of is there any pressure in Jacksonville? Like Jacksonville is not a Florida State. Duval is not a Florida State county. There's orange and blue heavy in Duval County. What was the around you, maybe in the city? What was the pressure once you committed to Florida State and Florida's still coming after you? I know Twitter was still coming after you. They were at Corey's neck.
I mean, I did see a lot of orange and blue, and I remember I rep my school, so when I was committed, I always used to have Florida State gear on, and I remember there used to be people like, "You don't like the Gators? You don't." They were just asking me questions, asking me crazy questions, like off the wall questions, and I really just never looked at those kind of things. I mean, I remember when I first committed, when I was a little bit younger in my high school career, I used to look at Twitter and things like that and see things people used to say, and then as I got older and the recruiting process got a little bit more like really it was starting to not butt heads a little bit. That's when I really got off the Twitter and I wasn't really looking at what everyone else had to say because I mean ultimately it was my decision and what my future is no one else's. So
but knowing that like the barber, you go to the barber shop, go get your hair cut before Friday night, and then people in the barber shop being like, yo, what are you doing?
Shoot, it was really all full talk in the barber shop, to be honest. It was really just fun and giggles, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is your mindset entering like the recruiting process? Did it shift at some point? maybe after the injury, anything like that, because coming here Lagways, you kind of got the job, and you kind of it's gonna be, kind of locked in, like just being what it is. Does your mindset switch like with the Florida State thing as well? Because there's availability, you could play right away there, like it's 9 times out of 10 to get to the first spot is a layup for you. Does development and waiting your turn, did the injury play a part in that? Like where the patience came from with knowing that you're gonna have to sit a little bit?
When I started to get a little bit older, I started to see that there was a lot of it was the business side of it. Like the coaches have a job to do, everyone has a job to do. They got to feed their family, so there was a business side of it. And then when it came to playing right away, I knew that not always playing right away was the best thing for me or for just anything. Just playing right away wasn't the best thing, and I knew that coming in here, I could get developed, I could compete, I could get better. I mean, playing with lag, I mean. We push each other every day. I lift with him every day. We're pushing each other. We grind together and we shine. So that was really it.
What's
real
the
quick on that
difference?
lifting note,
go ahead.
Dan, real quick.
Yeah.
I got a chance Friday before y'all had the week off. I have a couple people in my mind who, when you stepped into the gym for the first heavy day, did you go, who is that? And how is that? Watching somebody lift, like Jaden Ball pops to my mind. Watching him when he was squatting that Friday, I'm like, that's excessive, unnecessary amount of weight.
Yeah, it was a crazy amount of weight. But I would say the first person that came to mind was freshman Jaden Woods. I mean,
freak.
When we first
name.
when we first got in there in January, and I think it was around February, we got a little heavy, and hey.
His heavy is different than everyone else's. Him and George Gums get their own weights.
They're at the end. They're always at the end on the other side of the weight room. Those weights are a little bit heavier over there. Those are big guys.
Listen. You and I, we need to go and make sure they're using the same weights that we're using. Put them on a scale. Make sure those 45s are actually 45s.
Yeah, I love Nick's comparing himself to these college athletes.
I lift weights, the same weights that are in the gym, just not the same number of weights that they're
the same reps of weights,
but the same actual weights. I can lift those.
They do this all the time, Tramell.
Yeah, they throw on the 45s like them. They're 10s, 25s. God.
I get it, man. I get it. Tramell, what's the difference? So you come over from Mandarin during the winter time, in January, you go into that quarterback room. Talk to us a little bit about evaluating tape and kind of just how different those meetings are at the college level compared to the high school level.
Well, I'll first start to say, like, at Mandarin, we threw the ball at Mandarin. Like, my coaches, Coach Bullock, Toby Bullock, the head coach, all my coaches, they got me prepared for the next level. I mean, we had a complex offense at Mandarin, and pretty much coming into Florida, all I had to get used to was the terminology. I mean, there's only so many concepts you can run. I mean, in football, regardless. I mean, you just gotta add motions, add different formations. That was really the biggest thing, and knowing the terminology, knowing how they say things, knowing what kind of different defenses they run in the SEC. Because I know, especially on third downs, they get pretty complicated. They get pretty freaky with those defenses. So, just getting acclimated to those things, which is things I've seen before. Like they're not new to me. So just knowing the terminology was a little bit different, but that was it.
What was the transition? Because you're early enrollee. What was that transition? The first workout, and then also just the first spring, going through your first spring. What was that like?
I mean, shoot, I've been lifting with Tom Cortex in Jacksonville, Florida. They train Caleb Williams. They train Anthony Richardson. They train even DJ went there during our breaks. He's been training with those guys. I mean, I've been lifting with those guys for a long time, ever since I was probably my freshman year, 8th grade year. So, I mean, coming in and lifting weights wasn't really anything new to me. I mean, I was ready and prepared to go when it came to the lifting part. And then when it came to spring, I mean, every day we had a new install, and which Coach O'Hare was trying to tell me. Well, not trying to tell me, but he was telling me that that's how it was gonna be when I came in January, and that we were gonna have new installs, and that it was gonna be pretty much a heavy load throughout the spring. And that's me. That's what they wanted to do. They want to test what the freshmen can handle. They want to test how your mindset is, and they want to test the ups and downs and how you stay pretty much level throughout the whole thing, and your emotions stay pretty much the same. I mean, I wasn't really like up and down. It wasn't really that much for me, I would say. I mean, I was pretty much steady throughout the whole way, improving, seeing where everyone's at on the field, seeing the reads clearly, seeing how the game slows down. And I think that's been going on in OTAs also.
Is
Nice,
that
man.
is that training up there with Tom Gormley?
Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
shout out to Tommy. I went we played baseball together in high school. He graduated
Wow.
the year after me. That's my guy.
Yeah. I mean, Nick's old, Tramell. Nick's old.
But
Yeah.
lifting the same weights as
You
Tom.
you can't tell by the gray beard, but Nick is very old.
Dan's I'm the second youngest on the show.
But I still have brown in the beard. You know what I mean? Tramell, what's one thing that you really want to work on this offseason as you go in, to next season? Is it accuracy? Is it placement? Is it playbook? Where's your mind at right now on June 30th?
I would say playbook. I mean,
Okay.
I want to know offense to the fullest. I mean, I want to know the ins and outs. I want to know what the offensive line is doing. I want to know the protections. I want to know pretty much. I want to be a 3D Gator. That's what Coach Napier says. I want to be a 3D Gator. I want to know what all 22 guys are doing on the field at all time. I want to know what the defense is doing. I want to know pretty much everything. I want to be in the playbook no matter what. I mean, Coach Napier and Coach O'Hare pretty much recruited me because I can pass the ball. I mean, that they think that's my best trait. They think my accuracy is second to none. They think I can throw the ball anywhere on the field, and that's why they brought me in. And I mean, that's really what I want to focus on, just that playbook.
I've got a question. I surprisingly never played college football.
Uh-huh.
I know, a shocker to you. I appreciate Tramell being like, oh, that's a little surprising. How different is it, pardon me, from a conceptual defense perspective about what you're going up against? I mean, Buchholz doesn't play bad schools. They'll play some, solid programs. Mandarin High School. What does it look like from a defense perspective? Is it 100% harder? Is it like 200% harder? Like, what is in your mind the biggest difference? And Jordan, feel free to chime in as well.
I would say the biggest difference is disguises. How many ways the defense can disguise something. Like at the college level, you look at the front. The front can tell you what the back end coverage is going to be, but we call something called scab. We look at the safeties, then we look at the corners, then we look at the apex defenders, then we look at the backers, and that pretty much tells you what you're going to do. But in high school, I mean, guys are just out there playing freely sometimes. Like you can look at the defense and you might think it's something. It could be totally different because guys are just really doing their own thing. But in college, when you see a tell, when you see an indicator that might be the defense, that's what it's gonna be. That's just what it's gonna be.
Dope, man.
So
You
these
speak
guys
well.
pretty much most of the
Go ahead.
questions. I just want
Jordan.
to kind of give you just a little piece of advice. I'm not sure if you're where you at on the depth chart as far as practice goes. If you're going against a scout team, if you are the scout team and going against the one defense, but if you are, don't get discouraged. That's not going to mean that you're not going to play. I honestly have a lot of belief and faith in you. I believe that you are that guy and you will be that guy in the future. So use that time, man, to go against SEC defense. As you know, our defense is really good and getting better year in year. So use that time, man, to study your stuff. Obviously, do what the coach is saying as far as the script goes and the scout team stuff, but work on your craft. Read the defense like you're saying and make them boys better, man. Because I feel like is as important as DJ Lagway is to this team, you are important if you are going against the scout team defense, because I need you to make them boys be ready for this week coming up, going against whatever quarterback we're going against, because you've been picking them apart all week. I need you to be in there talking crazy. Like, man, I've been doing y'all in all week. Them boys going to kill y'all on Saturday. You feel me? Like, that's how I want you to be popping your stuff on them boys. You feel me? Just as a former Gator, I want to make sure that I'm getting the message across as the standard as we set. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're a young man. I feel like from hearing you talk, I'm excited. You got a good head on your shoulders. I like the competitiveness in you, and I think you have a bright future with us, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Man, I gotta ask this, man, 'cause I know the people gonna want to know who's your favorite to throw to out of that freshman trio, man.
Why you put him on the spot like that?
Shoot, I gotta say all of them. I can't give it to one person because I mean,
That's a
'cause I
quarterback.
mean,
That's a
they
quarterback
all
answer
they
right
all
there.
different receivers.
Yeah,
You know,
everybody's different types. I can agree with that.
Dallas the big receiver. Nason, he's finesse. 6'1", 6'2". He can go up and get the ball. He can run routes. He's shifty. He can rap to the catch. You got Vernell. Vernell can go after the ball. He can go up for the ball. He's shifty, quick, fast. And then you also got Muiz. You can't forget about Muiz.
I
Muiz like
forgot
6'4".
Yeah.
He like 6'4". He can run. He can run routes. He can block. He's physical. So I mean, all those guys. I mean, it would be great. They just got to keep their head on their shoulders, stay in the playbook, and just do what the coach asks them to do.
Dallas Wilson's like an Autobot. My guy is just gigantic.
Nick's gonna pick a guy for you, man.
Yeah.
I just met Muiz. We did onboarding a couple weeks ago. Just met him. Kept calling me sir. I was like, my guy, I get it. You're from Texas, but like, it makes me feel old. You gotta drop that sir.
You are old, Nick. I mean, that's great.
Just Nick, dog.
Tramell, what kind of music you listening to?
I like R&B music. I like raw wave. I'm a mixture.
Okay.
It depends on the mood of the day. It depends on how I'm feeling. But before the game, something like that, I like to listen to calm music. Don't want to go out to the game being all over hype, trying to do things that you wouldn't normally do. So
I like that. I was afraid you were gonna
Pete
say that
Legend,
Jacksonville
by the
drill
way.
music, bro.
nah.
NBA young boy. I don't know what his music sounds like, but apparently that's
I don't
what the
need that in
kids
my
are listening
quarterback's
to.
ear. I don't need that type of energy in my
You need
quarterback's
some
ear.
positivity. You know what I mean?
Yes, calm.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Tramell, I'm very, very excited that you flipped to the University of Florida. We're very excited about your future career at the University of Florida, man. Best of luck with everything. Go follow him on social media, man, and best of luck this upcoming season. And hopefully we get you on here soon and talk about the progression you made, man. But you got a lot of Gator fans that are rooting for you, and we're super excited that you ended up in the orange and blue.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Awesome. Thanks, Tramell.
No problem. Appreciate.
All right, guys.
Just slay.
3 interviews down.
Just saying.
Yeah, Tramell got that
in the Florida Victorious roster.
Yeah, that boy shit was good and clear.
Yeah, it's good. I mean,
on the FB roster, ain't no Wi-Fi problems.
I saw
NIL, man.
I saw the kitchen behind him looked very different than my kitchen over at Stone Ridge in Gainesville.
Okay.
When I was a student, when I was a student athlete playing intramural football, safety, 70% of the water was covered by, or 70% of the earth was covered by water.
The water cooler
covered by Dan Thompson. Ended my career with 2 interceptions in the same game. Thought I could never do that again, so I retired after that.
75% of this water bottle was covered by Dan Thompson.
I wouldn't surprise me.
Oh man. Now that NIL hit different, man. The boy had an island stove in the background, a little marble, like nice little countertops, steady, strong Wi-Fi. You feel me? I appreciate that.
We've got 2,200 people watching right now. Hit the retweet button, hit the like button, comment, super chat, whatever it might be. Yeah. Let's go through the Desmond Green, Justin Williams, and Tramell Jones interviews real quick. And we're going to welcome Christian Garcia, who's now a coach with the Arizona Cardinals, in the next, 7 to 10 minutes here. What'd you guys take away?
Impressive. I would say like they speak well. Like Billy does a good job, man. I spoke to you. I heard Desmond and Ray and those guys space last night, and I was like, man, the kid speaks well. So I expect him to come in and provide some good content. And yeah, he was they speak well. They're doing a good job vetting these guys out, is what I would say. They fit a certain mold, come from a different cloth or a certain cloth, I would say. So good gets on both a talent wise, but also just the way they speak, present themselves, articulate themselves, all that was real good. Same with Tramell. Tramell is super impressive with the way he speaks and the way he carry himself.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jordan.
I was just saying, yeah, I've definitely like what I was hearing from all the guys, man. Like just from hearing that how comfortable all the coaches make them, like just hearing that's the reason why you commit, and like that speaks volumes, because that's half the battle right there, is building that relationship with those guys. Obviously, they were open at one point and letting all these coaches kind of jazz them up, but we managed to stick through that. So I love to hear that, and I love to see the guys have like good head on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell the difference when somebody come on here and they're just a little bit out of whack versus they're actually a good human being and just want to do better. Like I love that the big boy was just talking about ball. He ready to play ball. He loved coach because he all about ball. So that's the type of stuff you want to hear come from like incoming guys. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's obviously resonating, right? Like the messaging from whether it's Sale or DeCoster, right? It's resonating. Whether it's with Billy Gonzalez or Jabbar Jalouk, it's resonating, right? With these guys. Billy Napier, his track record of putting guys in the NFL or developing those, there's a track record that these guys are seeing, and that's ultimately why they're committing to the University of Florida. And we're going to talk a little bit about recruiting towards the end of the program if we have time. There's a lot of people freaking out right now about recruiting because they lost one guy. But I think at the end of the day, the message is resonating because the results are there, right? Multiple guys in the NFL, a lot of guys in the NFL because of Billy Gonzalez, multiple guys from Florida in the NFL, from Rob Sale and Jonathan DeCoster, right? And an All-American, and multiple guys in the NFL with Graham Mertz and Anthony Richardson under Billy Napier, and DJ Lagway's next. And Tramell Jones obviously saw that instead of getting recruited over at Florida State by some sort of super senior.
Word. Nah, great stuff, man.
Okay.
I had a chance last week. We had Tramell talking to the members at Florida Victorious. Dan, that reminds me, I gotta get you.
Please do, yeah, fix that.
So like, since he was down in South Florida, dang, I told him about the spotters. Dan, I tried to put him on game. Forgot to
tell him about the spotters.
What do you know about La Spadas?
Hey, private school teach you some things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.